Hey guys, welcome to the lab. We are here with another episode of Sundaze with the Clink Room today, joined by the one and only, the legendary June da Barber. June, how are you?
What's going on, my guy? How you doing? Shout out to the world as well.
Yes, sir. I'm doing good. Finally, glad to have been able to nail you down. We're here to talk about you and your fresh colorway drop, set to drop next week. So if you guys are watching this tomorrow for VIPs and then Tuesday for a general public, but I wanted to take the time to kind of give you your flowers. You've been creating content with the Clink Room, fellow ambassador, for a little while now. But for those who don't know, I wanted them to give them a chance to kind of get to know you and kind of what you're all about. So tell me a little bit more about yourself and kind of how you got started with the Clink Room.
All right, so my name is June, out of Houston, Texas. The southeast of Houston, Texas is where I grew up at. Been cutting hair since I was 13 years old. Started cutting hair out of my parents' garage in high school until the first shop that I got. Went to barber college, got my barber license, did the whole 9 yards when it came to that. In the early 2000s, I started getting heavy with a bunch of artists that were coming into Houston at the time. Shout out to Trey the Truth, is one of the artists here in Houston who would link me up with a lot of these artists coming into town. So I started dabbing into that. And at the same time, being in the shop, out the shop, I started traveling, doing that. It was like 2013, 2014, one of my good friends named Moy, B-Boy Moy, who was a fellow B-Boy and breakdancer who created a program under Monster Energy as well. I was traveling with him, cutting hair, doing my thing. I started bumping heads and bumping shoulders, with some of the higher ends in Monster Energy. We started talking, and then I ended up signing a deal with Monster Energy for the first barber in the world to have a deal with Monster Energy, an energy drink as well. We did that. I created a platform called Clipper Bees, which is now my 3rd year running. I have a platform where we do barber battles, education, seminars, and things like that under the barber culture as well. Hats has always been something that's been instilled in me since I was a kid. I've been playing baseball since I was a kid to my early age, teenager years. So fitteds was always something with me. I remember playing in the neighborhood baseball teams and the leagues, and I remember they would give us snapbacks, right? And I remember back then, like, I always wanted to get a fitted. So my dad, would take us to Oshman Super Sports, which is a store out here in the South Houston, Texas. And they had all your fitteds, all the MLB, whatever it was. And he would buy me one every beginning of the league. So hats have always.
Oh, you cut. Can't hear you.
Able to link up and do something with them as well, as plus being a barber as well. So that happened. I want to say, I can't even remember how many months it's been now since I've been with the Clink Room. And shout out to Holly and the whole team and Casey, talking about for, trusting me and just giving me like the opportunity to represent the brand, you know what I mean? So that's kind of how my little summary of what I do came about.
That's awesome. So yeah, I was doing a little bit of research on Clipper Beast. Like, you almost turned like the form of like a regular thing of just getting a haircut almost into a sport with like judges and stuff like that. Kind of talk about that. Like, that's your kind of art form. So you mentioned starting one from an early age, but how did you kind of know? How long did it take for you to know that you were kind of different from some of the rest? Like, not every barber has a deal with Monster Energy,
Yeah. I always knew that I wanted to be something that I just didn't want to be a barber. So I always knew that I wanted to create. So yeah, of course, going into a shop. Shout out to my shop, man, that I grew up in, Southern Comfort. That's here in Houston, Texas, on the southeast side. And that's a shop that I did all my early years of cutting hair. But I always knew that I didn't want to get stuck behind the chair, because I always knew that there was opportunities outside of the shop, right? The only thing is, back then, that there wasn't people that were looking or trying to create these opportunities. I mean, maybe in other cities, but where I'm from here, nobody was, right? So I wanted to figure out, and I wanted to do something that would just, not only just stand me out, but also create other avenues that I could make revenue in besides just being at the shop. You know what I mean? So my creativity has always been there since I've been a kid. I always just, just the hustling mentality has always just been something that's been instilled in me, especially the people that I surround myself with. So being able to create that from scratch, I just always knew that if I ever had the chance to maybe have some type of platform, I wanted to create a platform that would allow other people to come in and get the spotlight on them, get their shine on, be able to educate them and do things like that while me using my resources. So Clipper Beats is something that I created going on 4 years now. This past week, I have my second year anniversary actually here in Houston, Texas. So Clipper Beats is just a platform that I created that I go to a different city every month. I do education, we do battles, and we do networking. And it's just not all about barbering. It's everything in general, from finances to how to run a shop to how to, gain clients, the whole 9 yards. And every year we've been getting bigger and bigger. The movement's been booming. Shout out to our sponsors as well, Monster Energy, Pet Place. We also deal with exclusive elements out here in Houston, Texas, Boucher. So there's a lot of moving pieces that, that I've been able to connect, so far. But next year, 2025, what I would want to say is a year that we're really, really, really going to push it to a different standard.
Amazing. So you've been creating content for the Clink Room for a while. What was it like getting the first, kind of tap on the shoulder to start creating on yourself? Like you did a great job storytelling. So like your first pack, based on all barber designs, all haircut kind of stuff, and then that your second one, we'll review it in a little bit, but talks a lot about your heritage and stuff like that. Kind of how did you approach creating these two packs?
So for me, I always like to leave a little bit of where I've came from and maybe just implement certain things of my lifestyle into things that I always do, right? Because that's something for me that I always got to remember, just not where I started from, but like what I represent.
Yeah.
So like for the first pack that they showed me and the first pack that we went with the colorways and stuff like that, a lot of them resemble some of the shoes that I wear as well. I'm a big sneakerhead. Shout out to my boy Omar too from the Clink Room, man. I know he got the kicks and the hats on deck, man. And he's somebody also that inspires me as well. Because he was one of the first people that I ever seen doing any type of hat content the way he does it. You know what I mean? I knew coming into this, I was like, man, my boy Omar, he's on it, right? So a lot of the hats that I do represent, especially the barber pack, some of the SB Barber Dunks, some of the Travis Scott's 4s, a variety of other shoes as well. And the haircuts, I always wanted to make sure that, I had some type of some type of cool little cartoon character, right? And shout out to the people and shout out to the Clink Room team, man. With these, they were already they already had a lot of the work done, so they were fire, you know what I mean? So just coming with the colorway as well. And, the colorway as well that I did, I wanted to keep those roots, the barber roots, but also I wanted to represent where I came from as well. And that navy blue and with that just light blue on top of the rim is really, really, really something that stuck out to me. And the way they, put them together, they're crazy. They're amazing.
Amazing. All right. So your second pack has a lot of ties to some Mexican culture. So Mexican culture known for, rich visual and artistic tradition. Were there any specific symbols or stories or themes you wanted to highlight in your collection?
As far as the Mexican culture collection, man, it was just sticking to the roots. On some of them, you'll be able to see a lot of the traditional, a lot of the traditional symbols that represent the Mexican culture as well. Whether it's the eagle, whether it's the M claw, as far as your natural M representing the Mexico, the colors as well, the green, the red, the white, those type of things as well. And also you'll notice that we have some characters in there, and some of the characters I picked just because of some things that I grew up in. Some of my brands like Sucio World, if you know the main symbol is a pig. So we implemented some pigs in there as well for that as well. The tacos, because what's a Mexican without a taco? You feel me? So there's certain things as well that we put together, and I think this pack right here, especially from the team and everybody from the Clink Room, the Clinkers as well, that put their hands on this as well, man. They did an amazing job. The creativity that they came to as well, man. So I just want to give a thanks to them as well, because this Mexican culture pack, I think, is gonna be something that's gonna be crazy. And for just me being a barber and being able to do this type of collab and this opportunity, just not only how can I say is something that I'm proud of, but it also raises the standards as a barber in the barber community as well.
Yes, sir. Yeah. for sure. Do you have a favorite piece, or
I do have a favorite piece.
Okay, we'll cover that later. We'll cover that later. All right. So, cool. Let's get into it. So let's kind of review your first pack. Me, I'm wearing the B. You know, Clink doesn't do a lot of letter forms, but when I saw this one come back, man, I had to scoop it.
That was crazy.
Did you have a favorite from these?
Did I have a favorite from these? I did have a favorite from these. I actually had, look, all of them are my favorites. I'm gonna be real. I like all of them.
Yeah. It's like choosing kids, right?
Clink, yeah. So shout out to, you know, the creator behind this and stuff like that. But all of them are really, really good to me. But like you said, the ones that stood out to me too, you know, I've worn them all, but the ones that stood out to me, the two that stood out to me were the B.
Yep.
Or the B, and also with the straight razor. This straight razor is crazy.
Yeah.
But
How
yeah,
often
these
do
two
you use
stood out to me.
the straight razor in a day?
Yeah. How many?
How often do you use it in a day?
Oh, all day. Yeah, all day. Straight razors all day.
Fair enough. All right. So that's an amazing pack. I mean, time flies. I mean, that's already a couple months ago. Pack 2 is about to release. So let's kind of unveil it. Well, you have them in hand, so we'll show them in hand after. But we have the nice, crispy pictures from the team. So June 2, your second colorway pack, man. What an honor to create and be able to create with such amazing logos. You went with an all Jacobo pack, so Jacobo was the main artist on all of these. How did what kind of made you? Because Clink has a lot of Mexican logos to choose from. Like, was it hard kind of narrowing it down to the 5 we see here?
Yeah, it was crazy, to be honest with you. There was a lot to look at and a lot to like, you know, take in, right? And I think I was able to break it down to these last 5 that I was able to, you know, represent me and the coaches that I represent and the people that are like standing behind me as well, right? So these 5 I broke down to, man, there was a lot of different really, really good ones, right? But this one right here, these top 5 right here are maybe the top 5 that stood out to me. Okay,
so let's break them down. So we got Jacobo's Conchita. I'm gonna mispronounce that. Sorry. Mexican Eagles and Taco Pride. Can we talk about these 3 in particular? Like, what kind of made you pick this? You mentioned the Sucio world with the pig.
So for the first one, we got the pig sitting in the taco, right? So we got a lot of things that go behind that. But the main one was for my streetwear brand out here in Houston, Texas, called Sucio World. Also, we have a website, sucioworld.com. But the pig is something that I always wanted to see on the fitted, and I'm pretty sure it's been out there. But just to come in this way, and at the same time for the Mexican culture, the green, red, and white is crazy. The pink is popping. So, man, shout out to the team for killing this one as well. But yeah, that's kind of how that one came about, me with my streetwear brand and just me being around it.
I love the touch of the side patch, the ribbons. Kind of forming the flag, obviously.
Yeah, they killed that. Yeah, that's the way they even put the Clink Room in the colorway of the flag as well on the side. That's fire.
Yeah, hell yeah. All right, and then the last 2, Mexican Proud and Lucha Eagle. What made you choose these 2?
Well, we'll start with the one on the right, man. That one just always is something, a fan of me, being, loving wrestling and just the movie, which is cheesy and stuff like that. But when we look at this, we always represent. I remember going to Mexico when I was a kid and buying masks like this. My grandma, my grandpa would buy me masks. We're running around wearing these masks and stuff like this. So that's something cool that I knew that my people and my everybody in the culture would like how can I say, like that, and they'll reminisce on maybe old days seeing that. And then the M claw is just something that's really, really just elegant and unique. And I knew seeing this M claw on the front of the hat being stitched out would be something really, really clean. So when I see the M claw, it's something that I know a lot of my people as well. Some people don't like the too crazy fitteds, but just this M claw sitting in the front is something that makes a statement. And I knew that a lot of people would rock with.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. All right. So for me personally, I ended up grabbing the M claw. So randomly, both letters.
Yeah, that's fire.
Yeah, to me, Clink doesn't do enough letters.
That's the one I got on right now, if you see.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. See, you picked the 2 favorites. The ones I've chose. So, so you have them in hand. Let's see how they look in hand.
All right, so check it out. I got them in hand right here. So the first one we'll start with the Eagle Claw, which has a taco in the middle. So let me show y'all real quick.
Oh yeah.
That one's crazy. And we got the hit on the side.
Yes, sir.
And then also, like we were speaking about the three
ribbon.
colorway. Then you got the hit with the baby blue at the bottom. So
yeah, that's almost like shaving cream blue.
Yep. Then we'll go with the pig and the taco, which we were just speaking about right here. This one's crazy.
Yeah. The embroidery on that is nuts, man.
Yeah, that's crazy. This one's wild. The same thing on the side. We got the hit on the side. And then we got the other side. We got the whole. That one looks good. Same thing.
Perfect.
Then we got the one we were just speaking about as well. And the stitch on this one's crazy too.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, this one. Same thing. Got the hit
the,
on the side.
The way Casey and his team prepare the logos and get them ready for embroidery, and then how they execute,
crazy,
working in conjunction with New Era, man, just unreal.
Got the eagle with the snake on it. Same thing. Got the hit on the side. So yeah, these are crazy in person. Like crazy in person, man. The stitch, the embroidery on these is wild.
Powerful symbolism, obviously on the flag and the crest and everything. Yeah,
this is wild. But yeah, then the last one, which is on my head right now, I grabbed this one. So this is the one I've been rocking lately, and I've been getting a lot of love today. I've been having it on since this morning. So everywhere I go, they've been asking about it. So I mean, I know the city's waiting, and I can't wait to drop this December 17th, which is next week. I got some crazy content coming tomorrow and actually tonight. So, I just wanted to let people know that I'll be dropping a storyline behind this this collection as well, man. And I'm going to take it to the roots where I started at. I'm taking it back to my grandma's house. So it's going to be really interesting, the next couple of days on the content that I drop. So I hope y'all stay tuned, and I hope y'all like it as well.
Amazing. So you're doing good things. You're traveling. If you're a barber, tap in. If you like Clink and you want to see the stories behind June da Barber's pack here, make sure you guys give him a follow. And I appreciate your time, man. So
likewise, I appreciate you for taking the time out and hitting me up. I appreciate y'all, man.
For sure. For June and Leon, we're out of here. Peace. Sorry. Yeah, and we're back. Shout out to June da Barber, man. I hope you guys enjoyed us talking to him. Awesome guy. We wanted to connect on the first pack when he did the first fresh colorway drop. Unfortunately, our schedules did not align and allow us to do that, but I'm glad to get him here for the second time. So hope you guys enjoyed that preview. Reminder, so June 2 drops tomorrow for VIP. So if you are on the VIP list, you will get an advance chance to copy his pack. And then they drop for public consumption December 17th. I keep saying June, but yeah, got my months mixed up. So amazing pack, all Jacobo designs, all Mexican theme. He did a great job storytelling, man. When I saw the breakdown of his packs, like I was pretty excited. So we had the barber stuff drop first. Oops, going the wrong way. The barber stuff dropped first, and then obviously his fresh colorway pack on part 2. So let's kind of cover the rest of the happenings in the Clink Room. So you would have seen these. So these are the last your last call for the drop here. These 6 designs that we'll cover, their pre-orders end tonight at midnight Eastern, and this is your last chance to get in at that reduced cost. So this week was I can't believe this set of pre-orders is up already. This was the week the Sierra Gons takeover week. So Singularity, Beer Run, and Ancient Astronaut. These were all curated and put together by Sierra. So I think initially when people heard Sierra was doing a takeover, they were scared that they were going to get only Mesoamerican designs, and he only pretty much gave us one. So Singularity, cool little interstellar kind of piece. This one goes well with the Ring of Fire, I feel like. Kind of like the other end of the Ring of Fire, whether he meant to or not. kind of like the space view of it. So it's a pretty cool piece. Beer Run, kind of like nice little fun kind of design. Everyone remembers being young and having to do these beer runs and leaving the party running out of alcohol. An Ancient Astronaut, kind of like a almost Florida Marlins, Seattle Mariners kind of colorway, dark black with the teal, gray under. All gray unders here. No arguments for me. I think all undervisors should be either green or gray. But yeah, nice little 3-pack here. The Raptor, Audio Wars, and Monkey Bars. I love the Raptor. Cool pun. That little Raptor MC getting ready to rap here, kind of in the shape of the Velociraptors, a real nice kind of pose there. Audio Wars. This one's a little bit more narrow, kind of talking to the Walkman generation, kind of taking back the MP3 player. And then Monkey Bars, nice little pun as well. So Lane had his hands on 3 of them, and then 3 solo pieces from Sierra. All nice pieces. So make sure you get your Sierra Gods pre-orders in while you still got a chance. The Shock Drop. So Saffron, the Clink Kong. Give me as many Clink Kongs as you can. I'm gonna gobble them all up if I'm able to. So this one's almost like in an orange and black colorway, kind of similar to like a San Francisco Giants. The Kong is done in black and white. Pretty smooth piece, and yeah, this is a great kind of drop here. And I'm going to show you guys. I have it in hand, so we'll be able to show you guys in 1 second. All right, and last but not least, Clink had a Deadstock Drop. We'll kind of cover the hats that came out for Deadstock, and I'll show you at the end the hats in hand that I ended up picking up. So, a reminder, these hats will all ship pretty much right away. They may not all be in full-size runs by now, time of you guys watching this, but hopefully you guys can catch on things that you missed on the pre-order. Let's take a look. So first off, they mixed in some Christmas stuff, which is awesome. Stocking stuffers is definitely one I picked up, but I could not locate when recording, as well as Kiaru by Phil and Sawed Off Samurai. Those are 2 that I picked up, but I won't be showing. But I definitely did pick up Tough Cookie and Palm Breeze. Tough Cookie is a good one. Reminds me of that Shrek scene with the gingerbread man a little bit, you know, when he's screaming at Lard Farquaad. 2 hats that they ended up putting in, I believe, the Jolly series. So the originals without the side patches, if you prefer them, are available to purchase. Kiaru is an elite hat too. Palm Breeze, not bad as well. Christmas Time by Raphael, Classic Panther, North Pole Flurry, and Reindeer. All solid hats. 3 Christmas ones, Christmas themes, and the Classic Panther. Just a cool, like, American traditional Panther by Aurelian, and 2 Raphael Christmas ones, and then the North Pole Flurry by COD and Obvian. All solid ones. Cardinal Direction, Seasons Creepings, Ice Lord, and Blackbirds University. Blackbirds University I picked up too. I was not able to locate it. It's deep in the trenches, but Cardinal Direction, Seasons Creepings, and Ice Lord, definitely cool pieces. Ice Lord is like almost like a Punisher, Ghost Rider / White Walker. Milos always kill it. Seasons Creepings is interesting. It's like the mistletoe done with skull skulls as like the cranberries or the berries of the mistletoe, and then Cardinal Direction is a really interesting colorway. That kind of maroon and Vegas gold is slick. Bok Choy, which is an elite pun. Slingshots by COD and Italu. Wanderer and Snow Day. To me, the main highlight for sure is the Bok Choy for me. just a cool like sports piece. It's just such a clinker, like Clink hat. Phil always has so much personality with his characters as well. So that's it. That's this week's episode. I do thank you guys for joining and watching. Shout out to June again for being a part of the show and taking time out of his day to join us. So again, June 2 drops tomorrow for VIP members and Tuesday for the general public. And then this is the shock drop, saffron, Clink Gong. And then a couple of the Deadstock Drop ones I had. I already had these from the pre-order session, but just so that you guys can get a better look at them. You guys are on the fence. That bok choy, it's amazing. It's got like a hyper green under, black and green bok choy. Ice Lord, perfect winter hat, navy embroidery on that is incredible. Milosh, and then the classic Panther embroidery on this one, sick too. Yeah. So shout out to you guys for making it this far. Shout out to June da Barber. Make sure you guys give June da Barber a follow. And until next week, we out here. Peace.
Eternal damnation. Eternal damnation. You're at the end of the world as you know it, my dude. Time is up and you out of mood, so what will you do? It's the BP mercenaries not here to...
Brought to you by VFTV.